In the majestic Andes, where clouds, sky, and rocks blend together in 1,000-year silence, there's an ancient city hidden away, Machu Picchu. There are no historical alarm bells, no inscriptions, and no one really knows why this place was abandoned. What made such a great construction be built on the top of the sky and then disappear from history for centuries? Machu Picchu is not just a relic. It is a living puzzle where every stone slab, every corner of the wall whispers about a civilization that is both great and mysterious. A place where, the more people explore, the more fascinated they become in the maze of unsolved things. Machu Picchu, perched atop a nearly 2,430-meter-high mountain in the Peruvian jungle, is not only an architectural wonder, but also one of the greatest mysteries of human history. Built in the 15th century by the Incas under the reign of King Pachacuti, Machu Picchu still fascinates the modern world, not only because of its breathtaking beauty, but also because of the unanswered questions about its purpose, construction techniques, and why it was suddenly abandoned. One of the greatest mysteries is why the Incas actually built Machu Picchu. Although there are many theories today, the academic community almost unanimously believes that Machu Picchu was an Inca construction built in the 15th century. But who exactly ordered its construction? Who carried it out? And what was its true purpose? These questions still contain many layers of mystery. Based on the date and architectural style, most historians believe that Machu Picchu was built during the reign of Emperor Pachacuti Inca Yupanqui around 1450. Pachacuti was the 9th great king of the Inca Empire and is credited with expanding the territory from a small kingdom into a powerful empire that stretched from Ecuador to southern Chile, known as Tawantinsuyu. Pachacuti was not only a conqueror, but also an architect and philosopher. He was the one who replanned the capital, Cusco, built many monumental works such as Sacsayhuaman, and most likely also initiated the construction of Machu Picchu as a symbol of divine power and cosmic order. In terms of construction purpose, Machu Picchu is not a single demolished structure, but may be a complex with many overlapping roles. The most popular and widely accepted hypothesis is that this is a summer resort or private ceremonial area of Emperor Pachacuti. The isolated location among majestic mountains, cool and pleasant climate, beautiful natural scenery and surrounding terraced farming system made this an ideal location for a royal area. The stone houses, ceremonial baths, farming areas, food storage, and sophisticated water supply systems all reflect a comfortable, classy lifestyle, but still deeply connected to nature. However, if it had only stopped at the role of a resort, Machu Picchu would not have created such a great mysterious attraction. Many studies show that this is also an important ceremonial center, possibly even a sanctuary dedicated to high-level religious ceremonies of the Inca aristocracy. Structures such as the Temple of the Sun, the Temple of the Three Windows, or the Intihuatana stone shows a deep understanding of astronomy and the connection between architecture and cosmic phenomena. The Intihuatana stone, meaning sun binding, is believed to be a sacred place where people hold back the sun during the transitional moments of the year, such as the winter solstice and the spring equinox. This shows that Machu Picchu was not only a place of residence, but also a place where people connected with the gods, especially the sun god Inti, the center of the Inca belief system. In addition, Machu Picchu served as a strategic astronomical observatory. The architectural structure was arranged so that the sun's rays would fall on the right points during important days of the year, which helped the Incas determine the time of the farming calendar, an extremely important thing in an agricultural society. It can be said that Machu Picchu was the most concrete expression of how the Incas harmonized nature, architecture, and religion into a unified system. If the purpose of Machu Picchu is still controversial, Its construction techniques are even more astonishing to scientists. The Incas built walls with stone blocks weighing many tons, cut extremely tightly without the use of mortar. What is special is that these walls can withstand strong earthquakes, a phenomenon that occurs frequently in the Andes, thanks to the design of the uneven stones, helping them self-suggest and maintain the structure when shaking. Despite having no wheels, no strong draft animals, and no hard metal tools, the Incas transported and assembled the stones with incredible precision. Many theories suggest that they used a system of pulleys, ramps, and human power to move the stones, but there is no specific evidence to confirm this. Some local legends even say that the Incas may have used special herbs to soften the stone, allowing them to mold it as they pleased before it hardened. A theory that has not been proven, but still raises much controversy and curiosity. Not only is the construction technique miraculous, the geographical location of Machu Picchu is also something that makes many people wonder. The city was built on a mountaintop, in the middle of a sacred valley, surrounded by 3 large rivers, a location that is both isolated and harmoniously connected to nature. Many researchers have realized that the overall layout of Machu Picchu has a clear connection with the astronomical and cosmological phenomena of the Incas. The main structures are arranged in an east-west direction, catching the sunlight at dawn and dusk on the solstices and equinoxes. This construction method shows that the Incas were not only good engineers, but also people with a deep combination of science, beliefs, and nature. From the perspective of modern people, Machu Picchu is not simply a city, but a living entity where earth, sky, and people blend together. So what caused this city, a massive and sacred structure, to be abandoned? This is one of the mystery's greatest unsolved mystery. There is no archaeological evidence that Machu Picchu was destroyed by war or natural disaster. The structures were almost intact when they were discovered in 1911 by explorer Hiram Bingham. Hiram Bingham III was an American scholar who taught at Yale University, originally specializing in Latin American history. In 1911, on an expedition funded by Yale University and the Peruvian government, he and a small group traveled deep into the Andes Mountains, with the initial goal of finding Vilcabamba, the last city of the Inca Empire, which was believed to be the last stronghold of resistance against the Spanish. Hiram Bingham believed that Machu Picchu was Vilcabamba, the last capital of the Inca Empire. Although this theory was later proven wrong, Vilcabamba was actually located elsewhere, what he discovered was far more important: an ancient Inca city that had never been discovered or destroyed by Spanish colonists. He called it the Lost City of the Incas, the phrase that made Machu Picchu famous worldwide. After discovering Machu Picchu, Bingham undertook several excavations between 1912 and 1915 in collaboration with Yale University and with permission from the Peruvian government. During this process, his team unearthed more than 5,000 artifacts, including ceramics, metal tools, jewelry, and about 100 skeletons, most of them female, which raised hypothesis of a female-only priesthood or Sun Temple. However, this is where the controversy began. Bingham shipped most of the artifacts to the United States for research, but many Peruvians believed that he had taken too much and even called it cultural theft. For decades, the Peruvian governments repeatedly asked Yale and the United States to return the artifacts. Finally, after many lengthy negotiations in 2011, exactly 100 years after the discovery, Yale agreed to return most of the artifacts to Peru, marking a rather noisy and politically and culturally complex chapter in history. Despite the controversy, Hiram Bingham is still recognized as the first person to bring Machu Picchu to the global light and set the stage for the development of Inca archaeology. He was not a professional archaeologist, but he was a gifted storyteller, with books, photographs, and articles published in National Geographic, a special issue in 1913 devoted almost entirely to Machu Picchu. His black and white photographs are among the most valuable documents of the site's early state. He later became a prominent political figure in the United States, serving as a senator from Connecticut. But Machu Picchu will always be the most important part of his scholarly legacy. Today, Machu Picchu has become one of the world's most popular destinations, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the new 7 wonders of the world. However, with the title comes the risk of destruction due to over-tourism. Although the Peruvian government has tried to limit the number of visitors each day, soil erosion, pollution, and climate change are still threatening the authenticity of this monument. The question is, can humanity both explore and preserve what remains of a glorious civilization without losing its magic? Machu Picchu, buried in silence for centuries, continues to tell its story, not in words but in its proud existence in the mountains of Peru. The stone walls are packed tightly without mortar, the constructions are in harmony with the universe, and the unanswered questions all make this place like a symphony between man and God, between science and myth. Perhaps Machu Picchu was not born to be fully understood, but to remind humanity that there are mysteries that, the more hidden, the more sacred they become.